Kel'el, obviously, Bam is such a big part of this team and does a lot of things to hold it together. So what's it like to see your captain have to hobble off and leave the game there in the first quarter?
I mean, it's we definitely need him in the game. So, like I said, hope that it's nothing bad, and he'll be able to be back from this game.
If you were asked to do more or needed to do more, are you ready for that sort of added responsibility, or if they put that on your plate, not to necessarily be Bam, but to have to do a lot of the things he does?
I mean, yeah. So, it's basketball at the end of the day. I told you in one of the other interviews we had to, be ready when your name is called. So.
How do you feel like you guys are able to battle tonight? And obviously you defended Jokic for most of the game after Bam went out.
Say that one more time.
How do you feel you guys battled, without Bam tonight? Kind of stay in it, stay within striking distance for most of the game.
I don't feel like we did, too bad. We tried to throw, different things. It just didn't work out how we thought it was going to work out. So.
Bam, can you take us through what happened on the play and what your thoughts were in that moment?
Guy hit me in the back of the leg, and then felt the pain in my foot. So I took it upon myself to check myself out and go see what happened.
What are your thoughts on the potential severity or just where you stand right now?
We'll figure it out. Get more tests tomorrow, then see how we are.
Do you expect to get an MRI?
Yeah.
Watching, you were grimacing as you were out there in the first quarter after the play. You try to stay out there, try to see if it would go away, and then obviously it was just too much to play through.
Yeah, obviously too much to play through, and then obviously you don't want to do anything more to cause any more lingering effects. So I told Spoke check me out.
Disappointing, or you just have to wait to see the degree right now?
You just got to wait and see.
Norm, obviously, even in the short time you've been here, you can see how much of an inspiration Bam is and just how much he means to the whole process. What's it like to see a guy like that go out so early in a game like this?
Definitely tough. I mean, I thought we had a good rhythm to start the game, good flow, good energy, good pop to us. Getting stops, rebounded. He was battling. I didn't see what happened, but yeah, it's just tough, especially with how the team is, we only got really two true. I mean, Bam's not a true center, but guys that can play the five on this team. So him going down, we got to go small ball a lot. So yeah, it's definitely tough, especially in a game like this when you got such a dominant center in Jokic.
How can you compensate? I mean, the rebounding differential was off the charts and made a difference. How do you compensate in case Bam has to miss time?
I mean, that's one thing we got to lock in. We got to check that box going forward. We don't know what the status is of Bam, but we got to be mentally ready, to box out, to hit bodies, and to make those second and third efforts to secure rebounds. That's the big difference in the game. We limit half, I think, had 20 offensive rebounds, maybe 22, something like that. We limit half of those, we give ourselves a chance. But yeah, going forward, we all collectively have to be in the fight and compete to get those rebounds, because rebounds is all about mentality and effort.
There were some good things that happened during the trip, but obviously you finished 1-3. How would you kind of sum up the trip as you go back to Miami?
Tough road trip, I thought we could have done better. I think looking at it, it's probably 3-1. We look at the two earlier games with the Lakers and San Antonio. We fought, we competed. But yeah, having a losing road trip is not a good feeling. So it's all about regrouping. We got a in-season tournament game coming up Friday that we got to be ready for. So it's all about bouncing back. The great thing about this league is we have more games to correct. So I like the fight that we had, though. Guys out, guys having to step up, playing, competing, scrapping, fighting. Now we just got to put it together with everybody back. I mean, with Bam going down, we still got to step up again, but collectively, that's how it's going to get done.
As a veteran, how do you help fast-track Kel'el if he has to do more and be asked to do more?
I'm staying on him, I told him when I first got here, I'm going to be on him all year. I'm trying to unlock the greatness in him along with everybody else here. Everybody has great belief in him and what he's able to do, his capabilities on offense and defensive end. So I'm going to stay in his ear. I'm going to stay with him. I'm going to stay pushing him. You know, I'm not going to let him settle. I'm going to let him get out his head when, you know, he gets down a little bit. If he doesn't make the right play or whatever, you know, that mistakes happen. But I'm going to stay on him and continue to push him to reach his level of greatness.
How difficult was it to track the Nuggets' off-ball body movement while making or keeping track of Jokic as a passer as well?
I mean, that's been their game plan since he's been here. You know, yeah, it's all about communication and limiting those relief points, like we call them. But it's tough because we take away the cuts, and now those guys cutting end up being offensive rebounders. You know, we're kind of out of position. So it's all about repositioning, winning the battle of physicality, and securing those rebounds. And they did a great job of beating us to the punch today. But we're going to see them again at home, and you know, it's something that we should definitely got to tighten up if we want to beat this team.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it. I know there's probably not much, but where do we stand with Bam's?
Yeah, we don't know right now. It's his left foot, so we'll find out more tomorrow.
Was this just the example of how important he is in bringing together so much for you guys that when he went out, it sort of got sideways quickly?
Yes, but there were so many moments during the course of the game where those are those swing opportunities, you know, that we didn't manage well. Every time we got it to around 6 or 8, they would respond and it ended up being 15-point lead. But that's part of, you know, us learning. Even without Bam, I thought this was a game we could have put ourselves in a position to win. But we just, you know, the tail of the game would be those relief points, you know, just crushing us on the glass. And then if that wasn't enough, it was the cuts for easy baskets.
Kel'el and Kashad both had time on Jokic. How do you feel like they fared?
I mean, you know, for young players, it's just such a learning, you know, experience. Jokic manages every aspect of the game in a way that I just talked about. He's playing the scoreboard, and he knows intuitively when those swing moments are, when there's an opportunity to take a 6-8 point lead and push it to 12 to 14, and he won all of those battles. Whether it be an assist or an offensive rebound or just score or bust out and transition to get an easy opportunity. I could go on and on and on, but he dominates those aspects of the game. And when you're young, you're just like out there, you know, just trying to, you know, be in position and play the game. So that's the next the level of it. The experience was great for him, but the next level of it is, you know, finding a way to get over the top and impact those moments. It could be just a key rebound in traffic. It could be a save possession. There are so many 50-50 balls on the rebounds that we would have needed to come up with those, you know, to give ourselves a chance to win.
Coach, what would you attribute as the main reason the Heat weren't able to have as much success today in transition?
I mean, I think they were prepared for it. I also don't think we had enough stops. We were playing, you know, when they're getting easy buckets, you know, on putbacks or cuts, that can just deflate, you know, some of the energy.
Also, how would you evaluate the zone without a lot of Bam today?
I don't know. I mean, we were just we were trying to manage whatever we had to do. You know, we had sometimes man or zone where we got it to 6 or 8, and then they would win that next skirmish.
Based on where the roster stands, if you have to recall Vlad from the G League, do you feel comfortable enough to possibly move him into the mix if Bam were to miss time?
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We have time. I mean, we had enough tonight. You know, that's the way I view it. But we'll be able to manage it. We'll see what it is first, and then we'll be able to manage it.
I'm from a Swedish newspaper. I wanted to ask you about Pelle Larsson.
Yeah.
He's been getting more minutes the last couple of games. What are you seeing, and what do you think?
I mean, he's earned these minutes. You know, he makes you play him because he does so many of the intangible things. You know, tonight he didn't have his normal impact, but I think that's really because of the quality of competition. You know, they really kept him honest in terms of the cutting and doing all that stuff. But he really elevates the units that he plays in, just with his energy, his toughness, winning plays, all that. All right, thank you.
Thank you.